you. Thank you for coming back to the Tell Me Anything podcast brought to you by Young 3RD, yours truly, all Timbo, all day. And we got a couple special guests for you. Shelabella back again, and a new face, Zay. Zay R. So we got an action-packed episode for y'all today where we go amongst all things relationships. We just want to give a quick demonstration. We're supposed to have some new guests also jumping in and out. So, with no further ado, y'all, let's start off with praise reports. Who want to go first? Yeah,
We're
I.
going first on the praise report.
All right, I'll
Hey,
take it.
new faces on the praise report.
Yeah, actually, Mr. Zay Reed,
Don't be shy.
sir, give us a quick introduction. How you know us? What brings you over to the channel? What we doing? Yada yada yada, and then tell us something good going on this week.
Uh, People don't really want to know how I know you guys. I know y'all some strong, real degenerates. Go back years with everybody here. Been watching it, catching the podcast every time I can. Full disclaimer, I'm on the road right now driving, so my attention is going to be looking
So wait,
forward, but I
so I
will be
jumped in the
active.
pod late, and y'all was already in here, and nobody knew that you can't hear Zay.
He had me
And
muted.
nobody checks or nothing. Like, what?
We can
Bro,
What are we
hear
he's
him.
doing?
coming in full on everybody else.
Yeah, we can hear him. It's just
Oh,
you,
okay. So I can't hear
0%.
Zay.
Yeah.
Why you on 0%? What does
So
that mean?
let me go ahead and back up.
And this is what I mean about degenerates. I'm just coming in, show support, show some love to the fam. You know, trying to help y'all get this going, get my input on what topics I can today. Praise report. Y'all in here know me, so y'all know how much I be going back and forth with this job. I actually made 2 years here yesterday, so I guess that's a big woohoo. Got a little raise and everything, but
All right.
yeah, you know, Zay, happy to be here.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Bella.
So let me think. I mean, I had a lot of activities with my kids this week. They were getting a lot of awards and all that stuff. And my oldest is 18, so it's getting closer to her graduating. So it's just very like I don't know. I'm feeling very like full of pride and happiness because I didn't do a lot of stuff that she's doing. So I feel like I'm doing a good job. So, oh,
Congratulations.
No, he couldn't hear anything. He's probably gonna jump back
oh,
in.
but yeah, that made me happy.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, all right, I'll start with my praise report, right? So, first things first, one of my biggest issues the last 3 to 5 years, part of the reason I moved to Dallas was I needed to basically rebrand myself and start doing a little better in my life. And yeah, over this past week, credit score jumped up 70 points in a week. Pretty
Ooh,
amazing, if you ask me.
nice.
And as of Monday, I get my breathalyzer removed off my car. So it's the
All
little
right. There you
thing.
go. There you go.
Yeah. So that is it. Now the first reason we brought in Zaya was specifically one thing was happening this week that was crazy. And that was Bam Adebayo dropping 83 points, surpassing Kobe on the all-time scoring list, taking that number 2 spot.
Well, yeah, if you want my input on it, I'm here to hate. Congratulations to Bam. You know, awesome feat, awesome feat. The game of basketball is egregious. That game in particular was terrible. I mean, not his game, not his play, but the game that was played. Miami was up 25 points in the fourth. My man's is still in with 60-something, 70-something points. You know what I'm saying? Miami is intentionally fouling to get the ball back so that so he can have an opportunity to go after the 81 points. It was just terrible. I never thought Spoelstra would stoop that low, as respectable as he is as a coach. as the Miami Heat franchise is, the organization, how they operate and how they respect the game. That was very disrespectful to the game. Spo was challenging calls late in the game. He has the least amount of challenges amongst all coaches. I know it was a stat last year. He doesn't really challenge calls at all. It was just really terrible to see the way the game was played. Washington should be ashamed of themselves because it's almost as if they were participating in it. Like, we want to be a part of this terrible history. So it was nasty. But shout out to Bam. He did what he was supposed to do. You know, 20 for 23 from the field, 36 for 23 from the free throw, 7 of 22 from the 3-point shot, which I didn't know this man was ever shooting three-pointers like that. But, you know, it is what it is. As we're moving forward in sports and whatnot, everyone wants to be prisoners of the moment. And I don't know. I don't think this game will be remembered as one of those all-time great games. That's my take on it.
Well, in 30 years, I think that's the exact opposite. Nobody's going to remember what happened in 30 years. They're just going to see the stats, and yeah.
Yeah, but we have footage now. So
hey, third, and Jay, welcome back as well. Third, welcome back, sir. Can you hear everybody now? Hold on, you're on mute, sir. There you go.
Can't hear him.
Can't hear him. It's all good, Mr. J. What's happening, man?
What's going on? What's going on, brother?
Chilling, sir. Just getting around to the praise reports, man.
Oh, man, I'm full of praise, man. We got another beautiful day in America and a few other places. Getting off one job, went to another job, about to get ready to go to another job. I remember not having no jobs. So I just like to give God all the praise for that, you know what I mean? Because I never see me going this far. And, yeah. Can't complain, man. Opportunities and blessings are definitely in the universe right now, within arm's reach, man. And I'm really grateful for all the stuff that's kind of going on in my life. Because, like I said, man, it's been some days where I couldn't see a lot of it, but it's starting to take fruition.
Hell yeah. So until we get young third.
Congratulations, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So until we get young third back, I know this episode we wanted to talk about quite a few different things, specifically along the lines of men and women and just our relationships with one another. And I know, Shella, you on the initial, your first time on the pod.
Oh, girl, thank God.
There we go. I was just getting into that. So, Jess, before we get in deeper, you want to drop in and drop with your praise report? Another friend of the channel.
Hey, everybody. It's Jessica, Goddess, whatever you want to call me. This week's praise report is conflict resolution. Had an issue arise where it was very intense, but I took a step back and we got through it smooth sailing. So that's my praise report for today.
Okay, let's go. So we got a very action-packed episode for y'all today. All of y'all watching from home. Now, in our initial interview with Rochelle, we spoke about some of the dynamics as far as men's and women's relationship. In our interview with Jess, we spoke a lot about mental health. Same with Jay over here. So in today's episode, first off, we want to start by going around and asking everybody, what demographic do you fit in? What demographic do you fit in? As well as in your 20s, 30s, 40s. Have you been married? Have you been divorced? Are you in a relationship? And yeah, let's start around the room. I'll start with myself. 30-year-old man, currently going through a divorce, long time divorce, also in a relationship. And yeah,
Um, I am. Because you said demographic, right?
yes, ma'am.
What do you mean by that?
Age,
Age?
relationship status, marriage.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm in my third decade of life. I am single. Period.
Not the period. All right.
Anybody jump in?
Oh, okay. I guess
Yeah, you go next.
I'm about to be the youngest nigga in the old nigga club in a minute. You know, once was married, now divorced, and yeah, definitely in another section of life here.
Heck yeah. Mr.
Yeah.
Zay.
43. Was married
Damn.
6 years. Have been divorced 15. I am dating. Was once on that never again train of marriage. As you get older, you kind of change your perspective on it a little bit. I'm still not really looking to be married or anything like that again, but I'm not as against it as I once was.
Mm.
I know I would do it better this time if ever married again.
Cheers to
And
that.
I'll leave it there.
Shella?
Thank you.
All right. I'm 35. I've been married before, and I'm single now. That's about it.
And young three. We got you back. Mr. Back.
I'm in my 40s.
How long you been in your 40s?
Married-ish. Uh, 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 playing around with divorce, I think. Single-ish. Depends on what night you catch me
Mm.
on. You know what I'm saying? I just bad range the other night. I think I was single-ish. Uh,
Did you say
Gonna be
married-ish
kind of
and
acting in
single?
Chicago when I get to the shot. What was the other part of the
Uh-huh.
question?
Man, you wrote the questions.
Huh?
You wrote the
What is it, a
questions.
dating show? Why are you asking about all this
You
stuff
asking him. You're the
real
director,
personal?
cuz. You're right.
No,
I
I
wrote
feel
the
like
question.
he's
Hey,
setting the baseline.
okay. So the reason we did this, right, is because there's a lot of dialogue going on online specifically against men and women and why we don't see everything going on from the other perspective, right? So we want everybody to come in and chime in from our different perspectives. Each one of us has a different area that we specialize in these type of situations, right? So we want to get an understanding for the viewers to understand where everybody's coming from, right? Single, married, divorced, yada 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 yada, and what we're going through in our day-to-day lives, especially as we're crossing the threshold to the 40s. Because as we all know, that dating in your 20s, 30s, and now, God dang, it's a lifelong healing, right? A lot of things change, right? So one thing I think I'd start off the conversation with is, at what point does it, you just said, for the divorced people, did you just say fuck it, this ain't working, and let's move on, and why?
Man, I don't think there's no particular answer for that, brother. I'm gonna go ahead and take the mic first because I feel like every situation is really fluid. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of people start these divorce proceedings. They were able to reconcile. I've seen people go through divorce that span the course of years, um, you know, and still be able to reconcile. So the point occurs when two people give up. Whether it takes 10 minutes to give up or it takes 10 years to give up, that's when the point occurs. And I don't think that's an easy thing to do because you might feel one way this week and you might feel another way the next week. And like, it's an ebb and flow of things, you know what I mean? So I don't feel like that's a question. It's like, it's not a one-size-shoot-fit-all situation. Every situation is different. Will lead up to the divorce is proper or whatever, separation, whatever, is going to be like different than the next relationship, and what occurs during those proceedings are different, and shit, what happens afterwards is different. So it's like, that's a big, it depends, big dog.
Anyone else?
I agree with that because like sometimes shit'll be years in the making. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's just this really quick moment when you like, oh no, I can't do this no more. Like this is it. Like my whole thing is like sometimes motherfuckers be trying to set you up for an exciting incident. For it to be this one like maybe if I just keep pushing buttons, then they'll give me an exciting incident, big blow up, and frame it to where like this is why that really it'd be a series of like disappointments. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like 100,000 then you showed me that you wasn't on my team. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then sometimes, people fuck it off because, somebody just mentally or physically just can't be there for them where they need, So it's a lot.
So it sounds like that death by a thousand cuts. Kind of what I'm hearing. Is that about it?
I can only imagine what that's like. I've never been married, but I can only imagine like you're building a life with somebody, and then one day, like, because everybody is always evolving and growing, and then one day you realize the person that you're with is growing into a different person, or they just have different interests. Like, and when you build a life with each other, that has to be hard to like separate yourself because it's a thing called attachment and connection, and you have to decide like what your relationship is built off of and decide if like it's worth you staying. So, for the people who have gone through it, kudos to you.
Well,
There is life
I
after
think
divorce.
I think there is. It even goes it even stands the same test as far as even just a simple relationship, right? Because during your relationships, even when you're just boyfriend and girlfriend, there's that honeymoon phase where nothing goes wrong, everything is dope, and then there's that time I can't stand this motherfucker, and like I know how it feels when I go through that, but I'm curious, like, how do the ladies feel about that still? Marriage, relationship, it don't matter.
So
Even talking.
personally with me, because when did I separate? I think we separated like 3 or 4 years ago. I feel like what happened is that we got married really young. Like Jessica was saying, it's like when you get married at such a young age and you're with somebody for a significant amount of time, you're gonna change. Everybody's gonna change. I feel like we had different points of view of where we wanted our lives to go, and that ultimately caused more problems down the line. Um, but I feel like the last strike was just where like it started just becoming disrespectful. And I'm not gonna live like that. I don't need to live like that. I don't want to live like that. And I'm not gonna let my kids, I have daughters. You're not about to disrespect me and make my kids have these traumatic experiences and now they think this is acceptable. No, that's where I drew the line. So ultimately I think it was about the kids. I just didn't want to put my kids on anything. Even if I didn't leave for myself, ultimately it was like I want to make sure my daughters know that they need to be treated a certain way. So that's how it went for me anyway.
I have a small objection to what you said, Timbo, as far as like even when you're boyfriend and girlfriend, because I feel like when you're boyfriend and girlfriend, it's like it's no real obligation to be with each other other
Hmm.
than you guys actually just having a mutual like and respect for each other. But when you're married, if you had a wedding, if you made a vow to this person that you would be committed to them through good times and through bad times. So it's like the commitment level is a little different there. But I don't know. Like, you guys would
Yeah.
have to speak to
And
that
let's
one.
not even talk about the paperwork of getting unmarried. That is crazy.
Oh my God. That's the longest fucking part of the process. The worst
It's
part.
terrible.
God
So
damn.
yeah, I feel like I dealt with a lot of like she's saying, it's like when you commit to somebody and like y'all, your lives are intertwined financially,
Mhm.
like on paper, just everywhere. It's so difficult to like
The longest
break
fucking
apart
part
from
of the
that.
process. The
And
worst
so
part.
that
It's
makes
terrible.
you very mindful of if
I
you want to
dealt with a
break up
lot
or
of,
not. I feel
like
like
she's
people,
saying, it's like when you commit to somebody and like y'all, your lives are intertwined financially, like
oh,
on
that's
paper,
me. Why
just
am I
everywhere.
echoing?
It's so
Is there an
difficult to
echo?
like apart from that.
Oh, what the fuck?
Hold on, y'all. I have no
Very
idea.
mindful.
Chat, I am sorry right now. We are having technical difficulties. Let us figure this part out. This is unusual.
I thought someone else was
I'm
talking.
muting myself just in case that helps. The
My bad.
playback.
This one is a horrible. I'm not feeling this. I'm feeling the topic, but are we back on one track? All right. Cool. 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 Shelly, do you mind continuing? I'm sorry.
I thought someone else was talking. I was like, who is that?
I was hearing everything we all
I
just
was like, did
said.
another girl come in here? Oh Lord. But yeah, I was just saying that when you're married, yes, there's definitely more to lose. You have to think of other aspects besides just your personal how you feel. When you're in a boyfriend girlfriend relationship, it's more of like I'm with you because I want to be with you. Like
Mm-hmm.
depending on how long it is. I mean, sometimes people move in together and stuff, but me personally, I gave a lot more chances and I knew there was going to be ups and downs. Like when you think about your grandparents and your mom and your dad, they've been together for 50 freaking 60 years or whatever. Of course they went through things. Um,
But they didn't have to go
but
through what we go through nowadays, right? Like right now, we have access to women all across the world and men all
yeah,
across the world,
I feel
right
like
here.
it's a
Hey,
different
that's why,
monster,
let me
but it's
interject.
similar.
Let me interject. They had more access back in the day to cheating than we do now. I don't care what nobody say because the advent of social media will have you caught in 10 seconds. They
I
got
was
some
gonna
shit
say
right
that
now called
too. I'm not gonna
screenshot.
lie.
Oh,
They got a
Pawpaw
Hmm.
had the house
screenshot.
across town.
And they keeping
He
receipts
go
Girl.
to the
now.
payphone and hey, how my baby's doing? Hold on, I'm out of quarters. Call the next house. How my baby's doing? And never get caught. And then at
Hmm.
that point
Till
in
the
time,
funeral.
women might not have been as financially solvent as they are now or have the ability to be
Hmm.
now to where they're more dependent on this man. So this man, if he makes enough money, they just gonna deal with it.
Right.
You know, he's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? He's a good man. He's a good man. He's a good father. He's a provider. That's all that they was dependent on. So like as much
Yeah.
as we got access to women, like I feel like we also have like that responsibility to take in account the power that we have over somebody else's life. So, you know what I mean? So even though it's that much easier, it's always been easy. It's just like, okay, we might get caught on our bullshit quicker nowadays. And that's why I feel
Hmm.
like it's not necessarily easier. I feel like we just don't have that level of accountability that niggas had back in the day because no matter what they was doing, they would come home with that check. Then they would dip.
Yep.
You know what I'm
And
saying? They was dropping
also,
off a check over
it's
here.
easier today. Like we know the process of getting divorced and everything. It's a headache, and things. Everything is what it is. But also, it's easier today to walk away from marriage just because our grandparents and them. What the hell was irreconcilable differences? You know what I mean? Like anything can be an irreconcilable difference today.
Getting your ass beat, probably.
So
That's
so
about it.
so it is easier to walk away. Like people walk away for whatever reason that they have, what they make up in their mind at whatever point. Based off the fact that, like Jess said, people grow in separate directions. But like, there's no such thing as just walking away because you were unhappy for whatever reason back then. Like people stayed together once they, They made that commitment. They stayed together and fought through it and
Thank
they're
God.
miserable. I would say a lot of them are miserable.
Facts.
Yeah, and I think also the reason why people got married or stayed married, I should say, was different. Like if you grew up in a time where it was racially charged and you were just getting rights and all that, it would behoove you to stay with your person and build that foundation and keep make sure your kids have the mother and the father there, because going through raising kids through racially charged times where and you just got rights, like, yeah, I think we should try to make this work. So it's like
Mhm.
I feel like they were staying married out of survival versus like, you know, this is actually the person who I choose in this lifetime. And that's not the case every time. Because my
Hey,
grandparents
look,
have been married for 40 years. Um, but that's not to say that there wasn't troubled waters that happened.
work at the state hospital. So we have a record of why people will be committed to, like at this point in time, it's called an asylum back in the day. So divorce was not easy once upon a time. You couldn't just get a divorce because like I don't like her no more. This, that, and third. They would literally get their wives committed to the asylum
Hmm.
for them to
Mm,
be able to go about their life.
time
And,
out.
and I say this to say, between now and then,
Hey, yo,
This
bring that
this
back.
used to
I'm
be a
kidding.
it,
legitimate country.
she stood in the sun too
I'm
long.
kidding.
You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
Time
yo,
After
out.
standing in
Time
the
out.
sun too long, I can't make this up. In the DSM-1, if you stood in the sun too long, they can have you committed to the insane asylum. And then
The
now
mad
he's going
woman.
out with another family.
Back when one nation under God meant something.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute.
Look,
But at that
That's
same
why we
time,
have shows called Snapped.
when they
Because
were
there was
sending
only
the
one
women to
way
the
out for
asylums
women.
at that time, you know what they were giving them to fight hysteria? Vibrators.
Yeah,
You
I
can't
seen
make
that
this shit up.
documentary. That was
Like,
lit.
that's what they were
Let's
doing.
go back to that time.
Wait, what time?
Give us a vibrator when we're depressed.
They was hitting them with the rose in that motherfucker.
I seen
Bitch
that
going in the
now, why
insane
you think
documentary.
they
asylum.
keep?
Bitches was requesting it. Because
Look,
Now,
lines of
why?
bitches said, I want a divorce because they had that rose in that asylum.
Why
now
you think women take hot
y'all.
baths?
Time out,
They
y'all.
have
So we're
bath
not gonna
therapy.
let you just time out, everybody. Hey, so we got another guest from the show. She missed the
hey,
first
Bambi.
part of it, but we saw you pop in. We're gonna send you a quick introduction. Bambi, welcome to the show. So to catch you up, the questions we asked everybody is: what is your age? What is your relationship status? Ever been married? Thinking about getting married again? Would you? And yeah, that's where we're taking it off from right now. Let's
Oh, these are the
introduce you,
questions
Bambi.
that y'all got.
What's that?
Okay, these are the questions that were asked.
Yes, just so everybody knows kind of where each one of us stands and why our opinions are formed in this matter.
Okay. Um. Well, I'm Bambi. I'm 39 and fine. Never been married. Plan on it eventually. Um. What was the other question?
Really, you answered them all. And
All
now
right.
you're in the show where we got on. So we were talking about the divorces.
Are you
And
single? Are you dating? Forgot
oh
that
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Thank you. Bree.
Oh. Let me see. How would I put this?
Situationship.
She's a
Nah, it's too
player.
real.
She's a
Yeah, you
player.
not took it right at that. That'll do right there. Player,
Player,
player from
player,
the
just question
Himalayas.
mark.
Yeah,
I've been to that region
minus the
before.
Somebody
pressure.
like, hold on, let me figure out how to define this. Let me think about it. It's complicated.
It's
I've been to
complicated.
that
Yeah,
region.
Uh,
yeah. Long line of pimping.
Oh,
it's a lot
shit.
of pimping going on here.
Yeah.
So heck yeah. So yeah, that's it. Shit, I forgot where I was going with this shit. I had something
I
else.
I I have something
Go
to
ahead.
offer a different perspective. So we often hear that, um, just the woes of marriage, but lately my attention has been focused on like the divinity of marriage because it is still a sacred union. Like divorce, I can only imagine that it's a thing that is devastating. Um, but you know, it can be such a sacred thing, and I appreciate the men because I feel like women romanticize marriage more than men, but men
Definitely.
to take
Yeah.
who take pride in saying like, I'm choosing to be married because this is my salvation. Like this is my protection. I'm her protector, but she protects me too from things that I don't even know are out there. So, what were some, divine things or some positive things that you guys experienced in your marriages?
The number one thing that
And
was. Go ahead, Zay.
I was gonna say, well, I can say that I agree with Michelle's point earlier. I was one that got married real young, but even though we're young, time it was like if there was nobody else that was in the corner, I had her. She was at one point my biggest supporter. She was the person that I wanted to be better for. Um, uh, the mother have any other children after
I think we lost him.
it's a lot of dad that you lost. You lost me.
Now you're
Okay,
back.
we got you back.
Just,
Mm.
just got out of Tucson, so I'm driving through some desert here. My bad.
Oh, okay.
Nah, no
But
worries.
the one like the things that I can say like you know I hold her in a high regard, mother of my children because I chose not to have any other children after her. But like I said, in the beginning, there was a time where it was us, and like we were walking with each other, for each other, and by each other's side. So when you have that, and you can work through whatever issues you have and continue to just choose that person, it is a great thing, you know. Um, but they also have to choose you too. But
Okay.
you guys, like, it just have to be a communication thing. I think in today's age, people have been more in love with the idea of marriage than the actual responsibility of marriage, because there's so much that comes with just that word and that vow that you take to that person, or that you make with that person. Excuse me.
Where you touched
So
I'm gonna
on
where
go
do
something.
you
Ahead and
think you
piggyback off
failed
of
in your
him.
responsibility?
I'm sorry.
Where do you think you failed at in your responsibility?
Um, where I felt that, and my responsibility was uh,
Hanging
selfish.
out with
At
her.
some points, you just being selfish. Uh, Nah, you wasn't too much of a negative impact at that time. You actually kept me away from some things at some points. I will give you credit for that. But no, I was selfish. Um, and then just the lack of communication, or not even like the lack of communication, but not knowing how to communicate. My ex-wife had was actually diagnosed with as a manic depressant and bipolar disorder, and
Mm.
I did not know how to uh, maneuver. So when I'm asking what's wrong or what's going on, or trying to communicate, and you just not open up, and then like I shut down, and once I shut down, it was just like screw it. And then next thing you know, there's like when she did decide to open up, I didn't want to hear it. When we did try to work on the marriage and go through therapy and things like that, or marriage counseling, I think it was more so for show for me and not really committed to it. And so I
Hmm.
think like just being selfish and again being young with age comes wisdom. There are things that you would definitely do different, knowing now what you didn't know back then. Um, but yeah, for me personally, it was just selfishness. and being focused on losing sight of what our goals were and just focusing on what my goals were at the time.
Thank you
Mm,
for sharing that. That's not
Hell
an
yeah.
easy thing to navigate.
right.
Hell
Mental
yeah.
health is so many layers to that, and it's not linear. It's one of those things where it's like today it could be plus plus plus, then another day is minus minus minus, and you really got to
Hmm.
have the capacity and bandwidth to
Mm-hmm.
give your
So
partner
that
that
You
space.
gotta you gotta
so
throw in
with
the
your
parentheses
response,
and the fractions too. I'm just throwing that out
so
there. And then,
I have a
because I
question.
don't know who killed my dear Aunt Sally, but this new map don't got that. But I'm gonna tell you one thing where I feel like,
Mm,
because Zay said it so eloquently, and I feel like maybe a lot of people can agree, is when if you refer to marriage as a divine institution and you don't got God in your marriage,
It ain't never gonna work.
it's kind of like getting in one of them Waymos and that motherfucker lose service.
Ooh,
It might make it, it might not. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker might drive off a cliff. You know what I'm saying? Because you once you let God out of that situation, it's kind of like it takes a life of its own, and then now you got the influences of the outside world that you got to cope with. You know what I'm saying? And that goes both ways. So I feel like it's not really where somebody felt in their responsibility because it's both of y'all responsibility to nurture a situation. Whether it's you fucking up more today than she is, or vice versa. When you join as one, you join as one. So I don't feel like it's one person's responsibility more than the other. But we still have to take accountability for the bullshit we do. Don't get me wrong. But needless to say, if we both let God out this situation, chances are we gonna crash. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the overarching theme in that situation as far as what can go wrong in a marriage.
But
Right.
with that, right? He did explain it nicely. And then again, with age, there comes wisdom. Now, say you're at this point now and you get with another person, y'all not married, but y'all just together.
Hmm. Hmm.
And again, they're either crazy or dementia or Alzheimer's kicks in. If you
How
weren't
old
able to
are you
handle,
talking?
it doesn't matter.
I'm a prescribe.
It
I'm a
doesn't matter.
prescriber
We're just,
submit.
I'm not
I'm a
old.
prescriber submit. If she start tripping, I'm gonna give her a shot, like in the
Yeah, see, my
movies. I'm
thing
gonna give
is
her.
because
I'm gonna
back
give
in
her
the
a shot and
day, you
restrain her
weren't
ass.
able to handle the bipolar and the bipolar disorder, the crazy. So, how would you be able to handle future crazy? You know what I'm saying? Are
mm,
you going to tap out because you
Well,
can't handle it now? Or do you think you've
Let's not
well,
call
matured enough?
bipolar crazy.
for
Let's not call
for
bipolar
for
crazy.
for
Let's not
for
call bipolar
for
crazy.
me,
That is an
Multiple
illness, just like
personality.
diabetes.
well, for me, it was a matter of like honestly, again, um, being young, but I also didn't know that that was an issue prior. Like we dated, we were first loves in high school and everything. We dated, but it was just things that you didn't know. I remember the situation when it became a known fact, and I actually asked her family members about it. Like her grandmother told me straight up, well, I guess you didn't know her how you did, and that was it.
No,
That was all.
yeah,
But
I
if
get
I
what
were
you're
to be in
saying.
that situation, well, I'm saying, well, if I were to be in that situation again now, hopefully I would know beforehand before I even try to make a commitment to a person like that, because
Right.
that isn't something that is easy to navigate at all.
Mhm.
Whether you are aware of it or not, that takes a strain on everybody involved. And if I love that person, or if I'm in love with that person, because I could love you and still love you from a distance. If I'm
Right.
in
Right.
love with you and I'm committed to you, I'm pretty sure in myself and what I know now that I would work hard on myself on knowing how to identify an episode. How do I navigate through that episode? What are some of the signs before the episode occurs?
Okay, so, all
Because like
right, so
shit could just be like.
I have a friend, and his mother is schizophrenic, bipolar, multiple personality. She is his main priority. He takes care of her,
Mhm.
right? His
Mhm.
wife never met her, but the lady is, she out there. So going into a marriage or a relationship, knowing that your mother is one of your main priorities, and she is a loose cannon. How would you expect your significant other with your situation?
So
How
wait,
would you
so
expect them to, you know, be
can
in that situation?
can I
You
get a clear
mean in the
understanding of this part?
As the
So
Hey,
partner,
can I
it,
interject before we hold on? Can I interject?
yeah.
yeah,
Focusing on the relationship between two people and what he was saying about he didn't even know what was going on when he was coming to realize that his wife had bipolar or whatever disorder that she had. Because like when that's happening to you, if you don't know about that, you don't know what's going on. But I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
throw this out here too. You get with somebody who has bipolar mania or schizophrenia, they could be stable on meds right now. You get them pregnant, they got to
Mhm.
stop taking their medications. These are the type of people that will drown a baby. These are the things that you got to take in consideration, like what you can be putting yourself into, and you got to take this into account as to where that's not an easy situation to enter knowingly. Because I've seen I work in the mental health field, and I've seen so many men with their baby mama. They gotta keep the baby while we restraining they wife in the lobby because she tripping. She on a manic episode. She psychotic.
Living in a
She done
survival.
took the baby and did XYZ to the baby. She running around Olive Garden naked. All kind of craziness, right? And I say this to say that's not something easy to deal with. If you have a parent that has a disability, that's that's up to your wife to deal with you if you have a parent with a disability.
mhm.
But you dealing with another person is a totally different. That's a totally different situation.
So
Like we
my
talking about
question,
the union between a
I,
man and a woman, or a woman and a man, not a man
yeah.
and a woman
But
and his
again,
but
parents.
my my question to
but
Bambi would
again,
be:
that could put a damper
was
on that
was the wife
union.
was the
that's where
wife
I was
aware
getting to
of this?
say.
That could put
Was
a
the
damper
wife
on the
aware of this?
union.
So
Yeah, I just I
again,
don't think
Bambi,
that applies
I'm
to what Kareem
asking,
was talking about though. I mean,
but
to a
but what?
Zay. Now speaking of
Okay,
Kareem, that's our
but
friend that had psychosis and we didn't know about it.
Yeah,
but my question to Bambi, my question to Bambi is: did the wife know of this situation with the mother prior to
the
going into
marriage.
the marriage with him?
She's never met the mother. She's heard stories, but she's never met the mother.
But what? But was she
Is she
aware
married the
of it
guy?
before she?
Huh?
That my
Like,
question was:
so she
before she
married the
married
person,
him,
not meeting the mother?
was she?
Yeah. And she had a baby. See, this is the thing that I'm saying. Like, even though, even though he comes off
That's a red flag.
Yeah,
regular,
That's a red flag.
the mother is
You
uh
gotta, you gotta.
gone. The brother gone. It's like she got 5 kids. Three out of the two is gone. So my
like
thing is,
unalive.
you're having children, you're having offsprings with, you know, that type of DNA. These are things that people should, you know, discuss in the beginning of
Most
relationships, marriages,
definitely, most
because
definitely.
that can put a damper on the marriage or the relationship. Because one minute you are regular, you know, ain't nothing wrong with you, and then something
Bambi, let me ask
triggers
you this.
triggers it.
Bambi, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
How did she decide to have babies with somebody who she didn't really know like that? So we need to be mindful who we
Ooh,
lay down and have babies with at the
Yeah,
same
Discernment,
time.
that's
Like
what
I ain't never met your
that's right.
mama.
That's all I'm saying.
I
That's all
married
I'm
you and I
saying.
didn't meet your mama.
ooh.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like
These are the
that's I don't
things
know who
that
we're
I be
talking about, but I feel like that go both ways.
Yep.
It wasn't his all the way his responsibility, but then and that's the thing.
I feel like it's his
it's both can play
responsibility
that game. Like,
because I feel like it's his responsibility because it's his family. You know what I'm
Well, you can't
saying?
get married
It's your
without
but
two.
if you're saying that he was like a primary caregiver for the mom,
he takes care
how
of the
did the
mother. He
wife
pays the
that he's
bills.
sleeping with making
He provide every like sh- if she don't get no food, it's because he didn't give it
man?
to her. Type. You feel me? Like, but she's functional.
So he
She's
so
functional,
he's sending this
but she's
money. So you gonna let your nigga send some money somewhere and you don't know where it's
You don't
actually
know.
going?
No.
I can be,
right.
oh yeah, my mom got schizophrenia. I gotta send her money, but I could be sending it to my other family on the other side of town. That's
You see what
something's
I'm
my
missing
saying?
thing,
in that
my
story.
thing, my thing about it is we as a people have to have sexual discernment on who we choose to lay down and sleep with. If you heard stories from this man that his mother is off and his brothers are off at the same time, You're not supposed to be able to and have children. You shouldn't be
Yeah,
procreating
but
like
then,
that.
but
And
say, but
then,
say, but say you were dating this person, right? It's just y'all getting to
mhm,
know each other, and then the family starts to come around, and now it's like, oh yeah, my brother and my dad, they both schizophrenic. I don't have it, but my son has schizophrenia. Like,
yeah, you
and it's
shouldn't
crazy
be
because
laying down having children
shit,
with this
I'm
man.
one of the people dealing with a schizophrenic family member. Honestly, shit, I'm one of the stories I'm asking about. But
But
again, this is like,
but
it's like, how do you
so that's
deal
just
with
like
that when they
saying
just
like
spring it
I
up
have
on you?
you said with somebody and then you say, what's your name?
Well, is schizophrenia
So
even
before you have
genetic?
kids with somebody, because we
Yeah, it's
black,
hereditary. You can get that. That runs through the bloodline.
possibly. But hold on. But before you even talk about before you talk about schizophrenia, we're all African American. It seems like in this podcast. Let's talk about sickle cell. You need to be having genetic screening when you're going to have. You need to know who you're having a baby with because like
Yeah,
this person can have sickle cell. They can have Fragile X. They can have a list of disorders. So you should be really mindful who you decide to have a baby with, and not just have babies with somebody not knowing who they are.
right.
That was my point.
And that happens a
That
lot.
was
A
my
lot of
point.
people just have
So I
random babies, but a lot of people aren't going to just
yeah,
come out and be like,
but
"Hey,
that's
yeah, my
nobody's
name is
that
Bambi
I
and
don't think
I'm
that's the
schizophrenic."
I
Nobody's going to
think
do that.
my
They have to
I
wait
don't
perspective
think
till
on
it's a
that,
safe place. Honestly,
it,
One at a time.
as far as mental health is concerned, I think what James was saying is true. Like, mental health can be sustained, but it's all about the foundation. Like, you can present the issue with your partner, and it's all about you guys' foundation of conflict resolution. I have
right?
a parent who's dealing with this, you know. First of all, you laying it out on the line, and then it's that person's option to deal with you. Like, oh, okay, I love this person enough that we can get through this. Like, they seem to have a handle on it, or, I know where I can fall in and help with this. And that's all a part of the village when you're raising the kids and all of that. Like, mental illness doesn't stop you from being human. And, you
Mhm.
know, is you can thrive, you can overcome mental illness, but it's literally all about the support that you have around you. That's what it boils down to. Like, it's not a
I feel
death
like,
sentence.
100%
there's something wrong with everybody. Either they're undiagnosed
I,
or
I,
diagnosed or da da
that
da da
part.
da. It's something wrong with everybody. So it's
I will
like it
say
just
this though.
depends on that relationship. That's my opinion.
I will say this though, Bambi. He out of line for having babies with her and not never introducing her to his mother.
Well, a lot of niggas are out of line for having
I
Is she
mean,
out
babies.
of line too for sitting there having a baby? Like
yeah, go. I agree
it
with you,
take two to
James.
tango.
But
Like, you
but
know what I'm saying?
it's
But shit
to say
happened
you
though.
ain't
Let's
my
say for
friend
But
and
instance
then
shit
it's
leave me
happened.
like
alone.
it's.
I ain't look.
But my thing is, he's ashamed. I'm gonna just keep it hot with
The
you. He's
babies
ashamed
happen.
of his family. So when shame comes, that's when the lies and the deceit
So,
comes. You see what I'm saying? Because you're not proud of where you come from. You're ashamed of your family.
well, so
So
let's
of
look at.
course I'm not gonna come out and be like, oh yeah, here's my mom, here's my brother, here's my sister. They little, but this what you got to deal with if you love me.
So
You know what I'm saying?
here,
Like I get it, and then I
I
again
just
I
think before they got married, I just think
This should
before
have
they
been
got
very
married, those
discussed.
conversations should have been had.
This
Babies
should
can
have been
happen.
discussed.
yes.
You can have a
So
baby
Yes.
let's
on
move
a
forward.
random Thursday night, but you shouldn't be able to get married
shit.
without
I don't
having
think you
certain
should have a.
conversations.
I don't
That
think you should
first
have
So
a
baby
let's
on
baby
a
move
random
without
forward.
having
Thursday
All right,
certain
night
let's move
happened.
forward.
conversations.
All right, let's move forward. Let's move forward. Let's move forward. Right. So a couple takeaways I have is yes, you are supposed to understand who your partners are and where they're going as they move forward. Now, Zay, something you brought up when from Jess's original point was what is going into the relationships, right, and what's coming out of it. And one of the things that we noticed is many times your wife can be your best friend and your worst enemy, and that's one of the things that helps
That's true.
lead to the divorce. But as we go on, like you also come to realize that your wife is a lot different than a baby mom, and she has all of your information from your social security number to everything, right? So yeah, now the next question I got is in relation to how does everybody feel about polyamory or polygamy? I'm gonna go around the table.
Uh, I'll start. I think it's a very ancient relationship dynamic, and for the people who have the means to make it happen, you know, do what you will. Um, Everybody can't thrive in that kind of relationship dynamic, so it's not for everybody. But you can bet your bottom dollar there's going to be people on this earth who thrive better in poly relationships. So that's my perspective on it. I'm not against it because if you find a way to have a community relationship, then I love that for you. That's my perspective on that.
Um, I'll let the ladies go first,
It
and then
screams broke. Broke as fuck. Broke ass nigga with no motherfucking goals or ambition. It screams I need a team because I ain't man enough to get it on my own. Fuck is you talking about? Why would I settle for a man that needs me and another tribe of bitches to help him be a man? Let's talk about it. Fuck out of here.
well,
I
Fuck
I
out of
actually
here.
do know
I'm
a guy that
dead.
does
Weak,
have
Oh
means
weak
fuck.
ass
though.
nigga ain't got no father figure.
okay,
That's my definition of a poly relationship. Weak
okay.
mentality, weak nigga syndrome, weak bitch
Oh
syndrome.
Bella,
shit.
I
Bella,
can't get with none of
Bella,
that
do,
shit. Not a nan
Bella, do
bit
you
of
want to
it.
speak before I say something?
I don't know. I'm
Rochelle,
still
do you want to
laughing.
say
I can't
something before?
stop.
Okay.
Oh
Well,
shit. That was crazy.
uh,
I mean,
Before
Damn,
you
that
go,
one.
Zay, let me just say this. A lot of niggas or men, because a lot of y'all not niggas, a lot of men in the world that suggest poly are broke.
okay.
Are broke.
Now,
Uh,
the
Broke.
or
dynamic.
even
Okay,
It is
so
a
going back
dream
to
that will
what
never
Jess said.
come
Go
because
back.
they're broke.
so
So going back to what Jess
It's a
said.
broken
Can I
dream.
speak now? Can I
You
speak?
can speak.
Can I
Go on,
speak
speak your truth, baby.
now?
Go ahead.
Going back to what Jess said as it being an ancient dynamic. The dynamic of it was if I have wife A, wife B, wife C, there is a separate house for each wife. So those that are partaking in polygamy
yeah,
today are
Back in
not
the
are
days.
not are not living what the polygamous lifestyle was or what it's supposed
exactly.
to be. Because if I have two or three wives or four wives or 10 wives, I'm supposed to be
say
able
what?
to afford to take care of each wife.
Hmm.
Each
I
wife.
say this.
Now,
I feel
I'm
like
not
it's
one that
between
disgusting.
and
polyamory
with
and polygamy. A lot of niggas out here polyamorous and got three bitches staying
right.
inside of one house and everybody playing dick and
And they
pussy
all
games
trying to keep
together and shit like that.
exactly.
That's not polygamy. Whereas
That's not
polygamy
polygamy.
means like I'm set up to where I can afford all three of these situations. She got a house, she got a house, she got a house. She get a new car, she get a new car. I'm Oprah in this bitch. You get a new car,
Exactly.
you get a new car, you get a new car. Type
But
shit.
see, and that's
If
really
I
not
can't
the
run my
dynamic
program
of it,
like
of
that,
how it
then I have
works.
no business dabbling.
No,
Like,
it depends on the situation. Just like every relationship is different, every polyamorous relationship is
if you're
different.
gonna, like,
But
that's
that's
the
That's
American
what I
out.
polyamory.
was
That's
gonna
That's
not
the
say.
polygamy.
American
I
way.
have
If
no
you're
bad
going
feelings
Man,
towards
on
the
polygamy, but
Muslim
that's
way,
fucked
them
talk
up.
about
motherfuckers,
talk about the
they
people
make
in a
sure.
polyamorous relationship and don't even know it. Let's just talk about them. The ones that's in a polyamorous relationship and don't know it. Just like the ones
Side
that's in a
bitches,
relationship with a
side
Hello.
schizo.
niggas.
Honesty is the best policy no matter what game you playing. If that's the game that you want to play that game. Most people can't handle it. They're honest themselves, so they shouldn't play that game.
Right. And that's the
Exactly.
thing. A lot of people
That's
that
what
are,
I'm
I feel
saying.
like people that are honest get the most in life. It's these lying motherfuckers that be lying. So if you was to give me an option like, hey, I got a girl at home,
Hey,
but I like
Bambi,
you,
who did
what's
it to
up?
you?
Ain't nobody look.
Who did it?
What did it to me is broke niggas. It's always a broke nigga asking for an extra bitch and can't afford it.
I
That's
knew it.
what kills me. It's
I knew
always a broke ass nigga
No,
with
it always
broken
the broke niggas who
dreams
get the most
trying to get some
hoes.
poly shit going. Like,
So
and
my
then
question to
again,
you is, what if? Because I actually know someone who is, well off, and they've explored polyamorous relationships. What if you meet a man that is well off that is asking that from you? Does that
he
change?
has mommy and daddy issues.
Okay,
He's
can you
mentally
expound upon
unstable.
that?
Hell yeah. For me, that plays a big part in my life. I'm not saying I had both parents, so they weren't together, but I do know what a father figure is, and I do know what a mother is like, and I know what to expect from a man, and I know what a woman role is in a household. So at the end of the day, I'm not settling for a nigga that's just about to be like, oh yeah, hey, you know, I'm gonna keep it
But I
hot
mean,
with you. African.
everybody that's
I
born
like
has a
to
mother
date
and
a
a
lot of
father, though.
foreign
I think it's
niggas.
very different from being
I like
like
to date a
I
lot
was
of
raised
foreigners,
inside
so
of
they come with
a
a
traditional
bag of
structure of a
vibes.
mother and a father being there. Like we all know who our parents are,
But
but
Right.
like
foreign
if they
niggas cheat
wasn't
more than
together, then like
anybody.
there is something missing there from that kind of structure of
Because
them both
especially
being there. Like that has to be touched too.
Right.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but my thing is this, like how I feel about the poly thing, I feel like it's a Muslim African tradition that Americans are trying to piggyback on. And then that also falls under pedophilia. You feel me?
Wait,
Because
what?
let me finish.
Time out.
Because
Hell no,
let me
that's a big
finish.
leap.
Time
Let me
out.
no,
That's a
let me finish.
crazy fucking leap.
Because
You
look,
just jumped
if
off
you
the side
think
of the
if you
Empire
go
State
back
Building
to
and saying, hell no.
if you go back to Africa, a lot of these Muslim men are marrying underage women and getting them pregnant. Then they come to America and get bitches like
Islam
me to
is
marry them,
it's
knowing
the
they got a
African
12 and 13 year old
Islam
at
brought to
home.
Africa under
That's
slavery
their
and was the
wives.
first, motherfuckers that came to Africa to be
I wouldn't give a
conquerors. They
fuck.
brought Islam
It's a
into
nigga right
Africa.
now. It's a nigga
So
right now. I just
that's not
dropped.
really that's not
His
the
wife
culture
is
inside of
20
Africa.
years
If he is
old with
existing
an
But that's
8-year
in
old
gay.
with
That's
son
Islam, that's not
that's
African
and
gay.
culture.
four
Can y'all
kids.
hear me?
I
Four
got to push
kids.
back on that.
Nigga got 4 kids by a 20-year old. He bust that pussy open when she was damn near 12, 13 years old. He is 45 years old.
Well,
Let's
that nigga
talk
need to be
about
in
it.
jail.
Fresh from
That
West
nigga need to be
Africa.
in jail. He need to
Looking
be
for
in
a
jail.
wife that's okay with him fucking young bitches. You can't tell me that ain't pedophilia. Polyamorous.
That's somebody's
Muslim
particular thing,
tradition.
but I
That
don't think
shit
that we
is
can
weird
throw.
as fuck.
So look,
Weird.
we
And
can point
again,
out
it,
that
it depends
somebody's
on the
doing something like that in
relationship.
Utah right now. Somebody is
Them
doing something like
motherfucking
that under the
Mormons is
guise of
weird too.
Christianity somewhere. Somebody's
Them
calling
motherfuckers
themselves a
is
Hebrew
weird.
Israelite and doing some weird shit. That's them individual weirdos, but we can't cast that
But
net over
again, that is
everybody
a
in the game
tradition that keeps
that's
going on. That
individual
is a
weird ass
family
people doing
cultural
weird
thing
ass
out
shit.
there in Africa. Them marrying young women and coming out here and marrying American women, having poly relationships that you know nothing about. I would have never known this little bitch was 18 years old and this nigga over here 40 some years old and her son is goddamn 6 or something. That's weird. Talking about,
Well,
oh, it's my family
it's a
tradition. You're a
it's a
fucking pervert.
well,
You're a pervert.
Bambi, hold on. It's a difference in culture because what is
I wouldn't
considered
give a fuck,
a
nigga. Ain't no difference in
What
culture. So that means it's
was not
okay for
from
niggas to go to Africa
Africa
and transition to
where this is
Muslim and start
poly.
fucking young
We can do
Wait,
bitches.
you
that just
gotta
because
let
of
him
Yo,
this, because
talk.
Is
You
there's
that what
gotta
that
Muslims
let him
means?
everywhere
talk.
I,
doing
You
hey,
gotta
weird
let him
shit.
talk.
hey.
What's
Is
up,
that what
Shell?
that
You been real
On
means?
that
quiet.
note, on that note, y'all, let's wrap it up with the tell me anything, and I'm gonna start to tell me anything. Yo,
I think Bambi
pedophilia.
told it
Hey,
all. She said she
that
told us
was the tell
everything.
me anything. Shit,
She told us
I ain't
all.
got nothing else. God dang,
Welcome to
Bambi.
the pod.
Fuck yeah.
Whatever.
God dang.
Y'all gonna learn to like it. Shit.
Oh, nigga, you gotta shake
Let's
it.
go over that. If we didn't get directed in the right way, so my tell me anything is you spend the whole week planning for some shit, send it to every fucking body, and then it still don't come out the same way because niggas didn't do it because niggas be nigging. That's my tell
Whoa,
me
whoa.
anything.
Hey, for all y'all who think it was a good pod this week, even though we went a little off kilter, Give us a applause right here, because I know we ain't getting it from the nigga who is back and forth in the motherfucking chat the whole time.
Yeah. Wow.
It was intense.
Tell me
Um,
anything. What is the tell me anything portion?
What's
What
some bullshit you heard this week that you can't believe it's real?
can't believe it's
is
real.
it real or is it not?
Israel, yeah, they said they was going. They said they was going to send a drone to California. That's my
Exactly.
tell me anything.
That shit ain't
And
Oh,
real. That was my
on
tell.
that note,
That was my tell me anything. That was
facts.
my tell me
man, y'all have a
anything.
beautiful,
That shit
blessed
ain't
day, man.
happening.
Bambi,
It was
Tell
All
good
me
to see you
copy.
anything.
again,
have a
Bambi.
beautiful and blessed.
Y'all have a good day.
Hey, and until next time, y'all, this was the Tell Me Anything podcast brought to you by us. Make sure you
Bye,
hit the
y'all.
like, hit the subscribe, share this shit, and tune in next Saturday. We got some crazy things coming up for you. We're going to start branching off and bringing everybody to their own channels. And until next time, y'all, hey, make sure y'all let everybody in the pod right now. Once we stop the video, make sure your videos upload so we get everybody's clips. All right?
There's
Peace,
gonna be
y'all.
some good clips up in here.
Yep.